Okay, so now we have our login details for WordPress because we just downloaded it in the previous previous training. So you have that information, and now we're going to use that information to go into the programming side of WordPress. So watch as I take you through step by step how to do that. Okay, here we go.
Okay, and you'll come up with this login little looking box here, see WordPress. Now it already knows I've been in once, but the first time you go in, it won't know these details. So you would go back over to your Word document or wherever you've got it. Patricia was the username and this gobbledygook name was the password. All right, so I already went over there and put Patricia in there and the gobbledygook password. Always click on Remember Me and then you log in. Okay, I'm just going through a list here. All right, so it comes up looking like this. So this is the programming side of WordPress. So if you were to go to the raw name, it would just look, you know, nothing on it. Right, so the next thing we have to do is we have to give it a theme. We have to say, tell WordPress what it's going to look like. You know, is it going to, you know, there's all different themes that you can have. So basically when you're using WordPress, on the left-hand side, this black panel is your menu system. And whatever you click on here turns up on the right-hand side, the big white panel, so that you can work on it. Okay, so down here, I want to change the theme. I want to make sure it looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go down about halfway and go to Appearance. And then there's a sub-menu over here with Themes. Click on that. And themes come up that are already, so it's already installed the theme called 2017 as a default. That's how it's going to look because I didn't tell it to be any different. And now these themes are all wonderful and there's thousands of themes to pick from, okay? So you could spend years on this, so that's why I picked one for you and I use it myself. It saves you going through and you'll get, you know, should it be this way, should it be that way, this looks pretty, that looks pretty. You'll make it as pretty as you want with the theme I'm going to give you. So these are suggested themes for you so that there's one there. If you just scroll down a little bit further, you'll go, there's a big plus, it says add a new theme. So you click on that. All right, and it brings up all hundreds of them. So I'm trying to avoid you procrastinating in there and pouring through all of those sites, all right? So I'm just going to click in this search bar here and I'm going to type in the name Courage, C-O-U-R-A-G-E, and it will go off and find the theme called Courage. There it is there, this one here. As I move my mouse over it, it goes a bit pale. Courage. So as I move my mouse over it, it brings up what, you know, details and preview, install and preview. We don't need to preview it because it's going to look better when it's up on your site. So I just go ahead and I click install. So I'm installing the Courage theme. It says it's installed it. And then you need to activate. So you click on the activate button. Okay. So we've just installed the Courage theme. So just hang in with me for a little while because we will be going over to have a look at that. There's two other things that I do straight away and I start installing my plugins, but I'm only going to do two tonight because of time. But I am going to give you a list of suggested plugins that you install. Again, they're all free and you can install them at your leisure. But these are the two that I install straight away because I want to be able to use them as fast as possible. So again, over on the black menu system on the left-hand side, go to Plugins, and I always go to Installed Plugins. Whether I'm installing a new one or not, that's where I go first. I go to Installed Plugins, and it's already given us plugins that it thinks we might want to use. There's our plugins so far. We'll go over those a little later. We won't interfere with those. So what I want to do is I want to add a new one. So at the very top of the page, plugins, add new. And then all the plugins are going to come up. You know, it's ready for you to search for whatever plugins you want. So the plugin I'm searching for is Tiny MCE. A weird name, but what Tiny MCE is it helps me change font and do more things than what WordPress is giving me as the, you know, installed version. So it's a helper for when you want to make your blog look good with, you know, change of font, size, and all that sort of stuff, okay, because it's limited at the moment. So I'm just going to install that. It says it's installed, and then I'm going to activate it. So I've now installed Tiny MCE. And the next thing I'm going to install is Contact Form 7. Don't worry, these will all go up on the website, and I'll give you a list of them all. So Contact Form 7 is the next one. So add new. I'm just showing you how easy it is to install the plugin when you need it. Contact Form 7. There it is. And this is it here with a little mountain on it. So we're going to install that. That's so if you don't already have an autoresponder, or you don't have anything to capture things, or you need, you know, people to contact you, you can use this one until you're ready to progress on. So I'm going to activate that one. So that's 2 plugins I have. And again, I'm going to give you a list of the other ones to install at your leisure. All right, so we've installed the plugin. I'm going to go over to click Appearance and Customize, because I want to customize some things. I want to make this theme, you know, have the things that I want on it on the website. And this is where you do it. Okay. So the reason I'm taking you over here, this is what your website's going to look like on the right. Not very pretty, is it? Okay, not ready, but you can change that really fast. So that's how it looks like right now. And over here on the left, it's a menu system, is how we change all of the things of our website ready to go. And you can change them a bit at a time. And so the thing that I want to show you first, it's called Static Page. Each of the themes, this menu systems are slightly different. So in Home Page Settings, you'll see how this is going to come up. So it's either my latest posts, which that's what's coming up. That's why you've got Hello World there. It's just a one they put in there, so at least you've got something in there. Or you can have a static page the way you want it. It can be your home page, can be a blog page, whatever you want to come up when they put in the website.com. So if I click on static page, it says, what do you want your home page to be? Select. When I pull down, I haven't got anything to select. I haven't made any pages yet, so I can't do that yet. And my posts page, a post is another word for a blog. So my posts page, what do I want to call that, and how do I want that displayed? Again, I don't have one, so I can't answer that yet. But this is what we're going to come back and change in a little while when we've made some pages. All right, so I'm going to pop out of there. I'm not going to do any changes. And I'm back over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the pages for my website. So on the left-hand side again, pages. And if you go into all pages, you'll see what pages are there. They've got a sample page in there for you just to get you started. And when I finish doing the pages, we're going to trash it. We're going to get rid of it. We don't need the sample page. It's just to help you. All right, so I want to create a new page. So I'm going to go to up the top, add new. And this is what I do. I just do all the pages I want with nothing in them, because then I can go back and fill them. So obviously the page I want here is my home page. So you just type in home and publish. Home page just got made, even though it's got no text in it. Then I go and add another new page, And another page I want is my about page. So, you know, you don't have to have an about page, but I'm just going to put one in for the exercise. Some of you will need it, some of you won't, okay? So I'm going to publish an about page. I highly, highly recommend that you're always contactable so that people know that you're authentic. So I'm going to add another page, and that's going to be called my contact page. So contact and publish. Add another new one, and this is called terms and conditions. Now it's quite long like this. That's quite a long heading. So what I shorten it down is I call it T&C. People know what T&C is, of terms and conditions, when they see that on your site. And I'm going to show you how to populate that too. I'm going to publish that. Again, what terms and conditions are about is letting people know when they come on your site that you don't have full control of it because, you know, there's cookies involved on the internet, etc., and you have no control of that. So I'm going to show you, we're going to use a template, which I'm going to give you to use on your site. The only way, I'll get further into the template when I get that up. I won't sidetrack. And of course, you want another one called blog. Now you can call your blog or news or whatever you want to call it, but I always call it blog because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for blog 9 times out of 10. And then I'm going to publish that. Excuse me. Okay, so I've made my pages even though they are empty. And if I was to go over to that site, it's not going to look real great. So if I go up to the name of my site here is called training. If I move my mouse up here, I can visit the site. All right, but I'm just going to open it in a new link so that I can see it. I don't get out of this one. See, it's still not looking good. But look, I've got all my menu up. There's that sample page, terms and conditions, home page, contact page, blog page, and about page. Now it's gone in alphabetical order, and I'm going to show you how to change that as well. So just currently, we've just gotten it up there. Okay, we'll get out of there and back to the training site. All right, so now what I want to do is if I go back to all pages now, there they are there. There's all the pages that I've just created. And if I want to edit them, as I scroll over each one, the little edit will come up. Blog edit, contact edit, home edit, sample page edit. Now I don't need the sample page anymore, so I'm just going to trash it. I don't need it at all. We've got our own pages. Okay, so that's how you go back in and edit. I'm going to show you one graphic tonight, and then I'll show you other graphics another night. So in the customize, we're still in the customize. Header image, so that means it's the image that's going to go here in this spot. You can either go and create your own, and I'll talk to you about that on another training session. But let's say you don't have an image, you haven't created one, but you want to just go and get one. Remember, please don't get them off the internet. It's not legal anymore. You can go to places like Pixabay, P-I-X-A-B-A-Y, we're going to go there in a second, or PhotoBucket. So right here, I'm going to add a new image. If you're creating your own image, and again, on another training session, I can show you how to do that, it needs to be 1320 by 200 pixels. So 1320 wide by 200 pixels high. And then that will fit in this section nicely. But if you want to get a picture that's not that size and it's a bit bigger, I'll show you what happens with it, and it will do for you until you get your own sorted. All right, so I'm going to pop over to a new tab, and I'm going to go to pixabay.com. This is free, it's legal, you're allowed to have images from Pixabay. And then you can either scroll through or you can search for any kind of images like business or animals or people or anything. You just put your search term in there, and then whatever pictures it's got will come up. So I quite fancy this cute little elephant picture, and I know it's got nothing to do with training, but I just like the picture and it's just training, so we'll pick that one. So you click on the picture and it comes up bigger, and then you right click on the picture and save image as. When you click on save image as, it will take you over to your directory and you save it. Now I already saved that and it will download it for you onto your computer. It'll come up to you like this with no images uploaded yet. We want to upload files. I'm going to select one and we're going to go to wherever that you put that elephant picture. There it is there, and open. It uploads the elephant picture into your library, and then it's got a tick on it. So that means that's the one that's going to be selected. And then you go select and crop. And see how it's trying to do it 1320 by 200. It's really skinny up here. All you do is crop it by pulling this down a little bit. Don't go all the way down, it's too big. So maybe if we go to, say, here, can even move it down like that a little bit. All right, so that's the area there that's going to go onto your site, and then you just go crop image. There you go. There's your elephant picture, or whatever picture you've decided. If it's, you're into herbals or animals or stock market, you're going to find a picture that's going to work for you. All right, I know that doesn't go with a training workshop, but never mind, it's fun. It's a bit of fun. And then get out of it. And I'm going to go pop over here and refresh my live site. And there it is. That's the start of your website. Cool or cool? That means you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we've done that. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a blog and put it over into WordPress. Now you've probably heard me using the words blog and blog posts, okay? So a blog post is the blog you just wrote. The 500 words that you just wrote is, I'm splitting hairs, it's called a blog post. People call them blogs, people call them blog posts. The reason I'm calling it a blog post is because that's what you're going to do. You're going to put it in the post area. You must never, never put it into your pages area. Do you remember we had pages or pages and we created a blog page? Never ever go in there and use that blog page, because that's going to capture all your blogs and display them one after another like it does on my site. So big note for yourself, never use your blog page, your blog page. I'm in pages. When you want to put up your first article, you go to posts. All right, so I go to posts and I always go to all posts because I like to see what's there first, and then I start creating my new one. Now WordPress has already put one in for you called Hello World. It's got nothing in it, it's just showing you that there's one there to help you out a little bit. Once we've created our own, we're going to get rid of that one. Okay, so you will have that as well in your WordPress as well. Just getting some water. Okay, so I'm going to add a new post. So you can either do it from here or you can do it from here. It doesn't matter. So add a new post. Okay, now I've already cooked one before, so we didn't have to watch me laboriously create a post. So I'm going to do one that I've created before, and it saves me a lot of time. So this is on a Word document. So I'll highlight the entire Word document, copy it, pop over to my new post, which is here, add a new post, and I just simply go into this area here, which is just like a word processor. Just pop in there and paste your document. Now, notice there's two tabs here. There's a text tab and there's a visual tab. Always be on the visual tab unless I give you some training on the text side. The text side is where all the gobbledygook HTML coding is. So 99.9% of the time you will be on your visual tab. And you'll know you're on the visual tab because you'll see this set of tools for you to use here. If you're on the text tab, you won't see them. Okay, so always be on the visual tab. Okay, and there's my heading there. So I'm just going to take that and put it up here. Just move it down a little bit for you. Enter your title here. Okay, here we go. So that is really my first post, blog, post, whatever you want to call it, is sitting there. Now, there's a number of ways to publish it. And the reason I'm teaching you this is because when I do my blogs, I don't sit down and write one. I have one day where I do all my blogs, which will last me for several weeks. So I don't want to publish them immediately. I want to give them a publish date, or I'm not sure of the date yet, so I want to save them as a draft. So if I want to save this as a draft, whatever you do, don't hit that publish button because it will publish it immediately for you. The world won't fall in or anything, but just don't hit publish. If you want to save it as a draft, you save it as a draft. You just click there and save it as a draft. Then you might decide that, okay, it's a week's gone by or a few days have gone by, so you're happy that you want to have it published. Again, you could think, well, I'm going to publish it today. So that means I would hit the publish and it would publish it immediately for me. Or I might think, well, no, this is next week's blog, so I don't want to publish it immediately. I want to give it a date. So here it says publish immediately, edit. December, it says 12 December, it's the month, it's the 12th month. So if it was November, it would be the 11th month. See? It's a bit scary, that one. So it means December, the 12th month. And let's say we want to do it on the 13th, which is tomorrow, 2017. And you can change the time if you want to. And you just go OK. And notice that turned into a schedule. Okay, turned into schedule. So when I hit schedule, it won't be published until the 13th of December at 9:01 a.m. Okay, good or good? All right, so that's that bit done. So I've shown you how to do that. Now, the other thing, oh, and you might as well know what it looks like. So over here, you've got your preview tab. So I've scheduled it, and we're going to preview it. I'm going to have a look at what that's going to look like. And remember, it's going to come up with the elephants because that's on the main page. And there's my blog. Are you at a standstill? And there's my blog there. Still looking very plain, but that's okay. We've got work to do to make it tidy up, but obviously we can't do everything in one night. Now you know how to publish a blog. Okay, so I'm just going to close that window. Now, how about if we throw some images in there? So I showed you last week how to go to your media and upload an image, which you could have got from Pixabay. Remember we went to Pixabay and got the elephant last week? So you just use the same thing. So right now I want to add some media into this blog because it's looking a little bit bland. So I think I might add the image, how about between the first two paragraphs? So I'll click my mouse there. And here it says add media. Okay, now in my media library, I've been in and I've already uploaded a couple of more pretty little pictures to use. If you haven't got your own pictures, all you do is you go to upload files and go to select files and pick it from your directory. Okay, that's what you do. And the way it got into your directory is you went and downloaded it from, say, Pixabay, or you created it yourself. So I've already done that. So I've got media library, so I'm going to put the cute little birdie in there. I've got them a little bit cute because I always put boring pictures up because it's so technical. So there's my little picture just turned up. Now, when you click on the image, you can like make it left align and right align. So if I was to hit the left align, see how it left align, the little picture is the picture will be on the left and the text will be on the right. So the text jumps over there. So let's try another one. and we'll come down to say here, and we'll put another image in. So it's add media, and we'll put in the tiger, insert that. Now this time I want it to be on the right hand side of my text, so that's this little fellow here, align right with the little text symbol there. See, and he moves to the right. And then maybe one more. What have I got? Add media. We've got the elephant. I'll just use this. This is just my, you've all seen this one. This is just my workshop, so I'll make that to the left. See, and how quickly you can start changing the look of your blog to make it interesting if that's what you need to do, if you need some images in there. So obviously there we then update, and then we go over to preview. So elephants, and there's a picture there starting to look a bit nicer. How good's that?
Well, I sincerely hope that you thoroughly enjoyed that training with me, as much as I enjoyed delivering the training. So look, the journey is not over yet. As you know, this is an ongoing business. It's an ongoing learning. Every day we learn something new because we're working with the internet and we're working with computers, so it's always changing and evolving, and new ways of doing things are always on our doorstep. So don't stop here. Make sure that you keep going, and I'll put a couple of resources there for you. So there's a copy of my book, Turn Your Passion into a Money-Making Asset, 30 Days to Online Success, which was a #1 bestseller. And you'll get that at on my website in the resources tab. So that's www.patricialavity.com/resources. And of course, if you would like to see what's coming up, any of my other further training, whether it be on a webinar, whether it be live training face-to-face, you'll find it at www.patricialavity.com/calendar2, and that will show you all of my events that are coming up. Also, I want to make sure that you're able to contact me. I am contactable, so please feel free to reach out to me, ask any questions. And you can find me on my email address, which is patricia@patricialavity.com. So again, thank you very much. It's been a wonderful journey. I've really enjoyed my time with you, and I look forward to seeing you again in person or in another webinar. And until then, with love and gratitude and a pleasant journey, with love from Patricia. See you soon. Bye for now.